Welcome to another video! Today we are filming at Aliup's original location in Pointe St. Charles, Montreal, Quebec.
In today's video, we are going to be covering 10 tips to help you send those projects.
These tips are targeted to help new climbers, ranging from tips about technique to tips about mindset.
We hope it'll help you out. Please like, comment, subscribe. Really please hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing some videos to you. And tune in every Friday for a new video.
The first topic we are going to be covering is locking off. Locking off is very common with new climbers that are just entering into this climbing world. To be comfortable on the wall, you're really pulling in hard to keep yourself close. You're afraid of falling off. You end up wasting a lot of energy doing this, and it really gets you pumped.
So pumped.
Let's talk about fixing the problem. So benefits of fixing the problem are, of course, number one, you're wasting a lot less energy. Number two, it gives you a great opportunity to work on your footwork, having straight arms as often as you possibly can, really thinking about activating your shoulder muscles rather than bending your bicep or bending your elbow. It can keep you energized and going on the wall far longer than you think you would.
All right, so for tip number 2, a very common mistake for beginner climbers is that they get very afraid of large, strong people that are crushing routes, and they're using their muscles, and they can do pull-ups, and they can basically, do a route without their feet. And I think that it's very common to get afraid of that, and that you start thinking, I'm weak, I can't do a pull-up. How am I ever going to climb that hard of a route if I can't even do a pull-up? He can do 10, I can do 0. There's no way. So in order to think about and to fix this common mistake, first, it is kind of a mindset idea that nobody is too weak for climbing. That is absolutely impossible. The better climbers that I see and the climbers that I respect might be weaker than me, but their technique is impeccable. If you have very good technique, you actually don't need to be able to do 15, 20 pull-ups. I've seen people struggle through a hard route, they get to the top, they've completed it, and then they are absolutely winded, they are exhausted because they just did pull-ups through the whole entire route. And then I see somebody else do perfect technique on the route, they top it, they jump down, and they're not even out of breath. Strength isn't everything.
Tip number 3, try hard routes, even if you're scared. Even if you see other people that are scared, don't let it bug you. Trying hard routes is the best way to increase your knowledge of climbing techniques. But the harder the climbs you're trying, the more diverse the setting is. Try things you're bad at. Try hard routes. Try hard. Tip number 4, don't forget to brush your holds. This especially applies for higher level climbs, but even if you are, for whatever reason, struggling on a route, whether it's mindset, it's you're slipping off of a hold, it's your feet are slipping, it could be hundreds of different reasons, always try brushing your route, no matter what. It can always help. It can always give you that little extra bit of grip that you might need.
It's so much better.
Brush those slopers, those greasy, nasty slopers. Little crimps, all that you might need is that little chunk of chalk that's stuck in there to be brushed out. And
Tip number 5, mindset is a powerful tool.
oh, I just suck. Can't even start it. God.
As you can see, having a poor mindset to your climbing, whether it be beating yourself up after you fall down,
Why can't I get that move so bad?
walking up to a climb, and you are already thinking to yourself, there's no way I'm going to make this move. You probably will not make that move. I have seen such a large change in my own climbing since I've started checking myself and that voice inside of my head. Sometimes what helps me the most is to think about a friend telling me the terrible things to my face that I'm telling myself. If I fell off a boulder and a friend came up to me and was like, wow, that was really bad, I'd be like, wow, you're not a good friend. So that's me in my own head. Usually, if I just check myself and I think about that little friend in my head, then things get better. So, in order to fix that, is just positive mindset. First of all, we're here to have fun. This is just a hobby, it's just a good time. And walking up to a boulder, you should just think to yourself, I'm going to try this next move and I'm going to do this technique differently, and it's going to be a really fun time.
Alright, I've done this move before. I think I'll be able to get it this time. Let's go! Oh, that's okay. Next time.
It's very, very rarely that I see somebody that is actually not strong enough to do a projecting move that they're working on. It's honestly usually mindset.
Tip number 6. We are going to be talking about projecting, especially giving up too soon. Don't give up.
I think I might just go on to another one. That was so dumb.
Don't give up on your project. You never know if, the 35th time you try it, you're going to somehow, for some reason, some way, figure out that move that was giving you trouble. Don't give up too soon on a beta as well.
I don't know. I don't really like that right foot down. I think it's maybe a different beta. What if I tried left? Oh, that was closer. Maybe I should go back to the other beta. I'll try again.
It's very common when you're projecting a boulder to switch up your beta before you have given it the time that it needs to potentially work for you.
Tip number 7, do not grade chase. Grade chasing is exactly what it sounds like. It means that you are just trying to climb the highest level that's in the gym as soon as you can.
Everyone's going to respect me if I can do this red, so I'm going to fucking send it. Yeah.
So a beginner climber might come in, try a V0, or if you have circuit grading like us, try the lowest level color, and then they get this burst of serotonin when they get to the top, and they're like, oh my god, I can do a harder one. And then you just keep going up, and you're like, okay, I'll try a V1, okay, I'll try a V2, oh, I'll try a V3. I think getting a hard route is very satisfying and it feels very good. But the problem with grade chasing, especially for beginner climbers, is that then they will only target the routes that they are good at. You might be able to send a V5 in a style that you're very good at, but you can hardly do a V2 on a style that you're not good at. While it feels good to send hard routes and to get that new achievement, you are probably hindering the well-roundedness of your climbing. Like, work your weaknesses, which we did touch on a little bit earlier as well in a different one of these tips. Get the numbers out of your head. The level that you're climbing does not define you as a climber.
Tip number 8, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your performance. Nobody cares about you falling off of a route. Nobody cares about seeing you try a route 20 times, 30 times, and failing every time. Nobody's judging you when you're on the wall. Everybody that is climbing in the gym while you're climbing in the gym has been in your shoes. Of all places, a climbing gym is always a judgment-free zone. She's so bad. Really needs to work on her technique. Jeez. Wow, she looks so strong. She's gonna get it next time for sure. The climbing community is a very welcoming place. Anytime you have any questions or want to talk to a climber about their mindset, their experience starting out climbing, everyone is always happy to talk. Yeah.
Tip number 9 is that consistency is key. And what I mean by consistency is just showing up. I have met people that do not have a consistent climbing schedule. And let's say that they just kind of on a whim are like, oh, I'm just going to go climbing on this Monday. And then they don't come back to the gym for another 3 weeks because they got busy. And then they come back and then they're really bummed out that they can't send the same level of routes or the same style of routes that they could 3 weeks ago.
Just got back from my 3-week vacation in Hawaii. I'm gonna hop back on this blue tape that I sent when I was here last time, and we're gonna get warmed up. Wow, I feel so weak. Oh my god.
And the problem there is consistency. So, what I recommend and what I think is really great for a lot of beginner climbers, as you are learning, you need to just drill the techniques that you're learning. So, I think once or twice a week is enough, but stay with like a schedule. Find a friend and go, hey, we just go on Tuesday nights together, we just go on Thursdays together. That way, it'll hold you accountable. But you'll find that if you just keep showing up, your body is going to slowly learn the technique. And even if some of the days you might feel weaker, you might be like, wow, things weren't going well, the bottom line is that you kept showing up. Just keep showing up and you're going to see improvement. It is impossible not to. Tip number 10: have fun. Stop taking it so seriously. It's just rock climbing. Okay.
For real. Tip number 3. What was it? Try harder routes. Just count it down. Just got back from my vacation in the Bahamas, 3 weeks. So sick. I'm gonna hop on this pink tape and we're gonna send it. Sent it last time. Not a pink tape. I should do one that I can actually do. Sick. Sick. Sick.